You ever wondered if a war breaks between Iran and the United States with allies, who would win? Actually win? Not in headlines, not in propaganda, but in reality. Because what we are seeing right now is not just tension; it's it's the early shape of much larger conflict. Stay till the end because the answer is not what you expect. Welcome to the world workstation where we decode global events, hidden power structures, and the truth behind the headlines. Let's go into the deeper. Right now, the world is watching a dangerous escalation. Iran on one side, the United States and its allies on other. The Strait of Hormuz becoming a pressure point globally. Oil supply is at risk, and economies reacting instantly. But to understand who will win, you first need to understand one thing, and this is not a traditional war. In the past, wars were simple to define two sides, battlefields, a clear win. But today, wars are layered: military, economics, cyber attacks, psychology, and the outcome is not decided in one place. It is decided across all of them. Let's break the sides. On one side, you have the United States, the most powerful military in the world, global alliance like NATO, advanced technology, control over financial systems, massive naval dominance, along with allies, countries like UK, Israel, and Gulf nations providing strategic support to the USA. This is a system of power. On the other side, Iran, not as a powerful indirect military comparison, but highly strategic re- regional influence, proxy networks across the Middle East, geographical advantage, and most importantly, control over control over the most critical choke points in the world, the Strait of Hormuz. Iran doesn't need to win globally; it just need to disrupt. Now, here is the truth: most people don't realize that the United States cannot afford to lose, but Iran does need and does not need to win a traditional sense. It's only need to survive and makes the cost of war too high. Let's talk about scenarios. If this becomes a direct military war, the United States will dominate air superiority, naval control, precision strikes. Iran's infrastructure could be heavily damaged. So in pure mil so in a pure military sense, the United States wins. But there is but here's what it changes. War is war is not just about the destruction, it's about endurance, and this is where Iran becomes dangerous. Iran can block or disrupt the Strait of Hormuz, and that changes everything. Oil prices skyrockets and global markets crash. Countries dependent on Middle East in energy suffer instantly. Now the war is no longer between the Iran and the US; it becomes global economic crisis. So, and and here's the twist most people miss: the longer the conflict continues, the more pressure builds on the United States and its allies, because They are managing a global system, and that system becomes unstable under prolonged conflict. Now let's talk about the global players, Russia and China. They may not enter directly, but they benefit from a distracted United States and from rising oil prices, from shifting global power, and this silently supports Iran positions. So now come to the real question: who wins? Here is the honest strategic. Here is the honest and strategic answer short term. So the United States wins military long in the long term. There is no clean victory. Iran survives. The US spends resources. Global shifts. New alliances form, and the world moves further away from a single dominant power. So if you are asking, will the United States defeat Iran? Yes, militarily it can. But if you're asking, will the United States control the outcome completely? No. So, this is the final truth. The real winner is not a country, it is a shift of power itself. Because after this conflict, the world will not be the same. Energy routes will change, alliances will change, economic systems will evolve, and the idea of one global superpower will weaken. Yes, you heard it right. So, the real question is not who wins the war, the real question is what kind of world will exist after it. That is the real question we need to ask to the world and to ourselves. Because what we are witnessing right now is not just a conflict, it is a transition. A transition is a new world order, and you are living through it. So tell me in the comments, who do you think we will win this war? And more importantly, what kind of world do you think comes next? Stay tuned for the next video.